You know what? One thing I like about this game that I don't think people give enough credit for? There's really no shortage of things to do in this game. Like, I just spent the first half of the stream goofing off in Moleville and also riding down the waterfall again and doing the music quest. There was also earlier that optional dungeon, a retro optional dungeon leading to Yoster Isle where we could do races for cookies. And as I hinted at just a bit ago, there's going to be something appearing in Rosetown later on in the game. But I'm done with optional stuff for the moment. Let us move on to Booster Pass. And was there something that was supposed to be seen here that I was looking for? Oh, something new inside Booster Pass. Okay. Well, let's go on into Booster Pass. Well, for the one thing, there's hidden treasure. Kind of forgot about that. Also, gotta love invisible walls. I was expected this all to be, you know, above ground, like, on cliffs, I should say. I was expecting this area to be on top of cliffs, like Moleville was. Oh, hey, button prompts are helpful. You saw something sparkle. Found a frog coin. Let's see. Hidden chest. There it is. Rock candy. And the alert has not gone away. So... Actually, hold on a thought. I'll fight you in a bit. There we go. 2 hidden chests here. I gotta say, definitely interesting that we're at ground level, though. Alright, I'm gonna leave and come back. I want Lakitu to respawn. There you are. Run away. So, in the original game, there was this funny little thing you could do where... Never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave you up there. Okay. Karaboscus, Spikester. We'll attack Spikester first. We can find more of them. Time to read some thoughts of a carrot. Which is actually ironic, considering when someone is referred to as a carrot, they're brain dead. It's actually kind of depressing. Huh. There's a lot more enemies in this game weak to jump than I thought. I never really paid much attention to enemy weaknesses, just status weaknesses. Don't be picky. Eat your veggies, kid. Would it technically hurt more if a scarecrow jumped on you? I mean, not when you feel it jumping. Kind of hard to gauge your landing on that enemy. Yep, it's still in the air. Hold on. We're gonna get that Lockton next. If I could figure out the perspective. Come on, I did it once. Here, let's do it like that. It's a nice touch that Gino actually aims his hand up, since we're dealing with floating enemies. Good boy. Static electricity. Originally known as Static E. A very flashy attack in the original game. It was like a bright electric mosaic that flashed across the screen. I'll be honest, I kind of prefer the flashy mosaic more. However, seizure-inducing it might be. Do people not like me? Lucky 2 is not popular. Oops, I should pay attention to what attacks are coming my way. And yeah, where I land, Virtual Console version of the original game made attacks like Flame Wall and Static E dimmer so as to not be potentially as seizure-inducing. Also, I just remember something. We got that one item. First things first. Heal up a little. Because there's an enemy over here. And it actually has some motion to it now. Well, some of us saw all that damage we just caused. What's on your mind, plant? Relax a little. Have a veggie or two. You know, I actually am a little bit better about eating my vegetables than I used to be. There are certain vegetables that I don't like as much. But I'm a lot less picky nowadays. Here, Yoshi, eat your greens. Mid-mushroom. Apparently they are still called mid-mushrooms. Also, you don't get any experience or anything for Yoshi eating enemies. Good to know. Here, Yoshi. Have a carrot. Honey syrup. And let's do the Lucky Jewel and attack the spiny thing. Mid mushrooms, by the way, heal 80 HP, I want to say. Oops. Uh... You can go ahead and stay in the air. Anything else? Yeah, I thought there was another one of y'all. We'll go ahead and use this last cookie, and I'll go get more real quick after we're done here. This dungeon is a pretty short one. The end is right up here. However, before we hop on up there, first off, free flower point. Sign that was not here before. Monster list agent. 3 frog coins per write-up. There's a new optional thing? Huh. Also, yep, there's a secret here. I was hesitant to immediately hit this button because one of the spinies was outside of its hole. And I can only assume that would have resulted in the spiny not getting coined. Oh, hidden NPC between the rocks. Oh, hi! My business is to fill in unseen thought peak info in the in the monster list. It'll cost you 3 frog coins per entry. First-time customers are eligible for a freebie. I'll fill in the entries for monsters you fought before Mallow joined your team. Awesome! Funny thing, those enemies that you encounter before Mallow joins the team even had thoughts in the original game, even though it was impossible to get their thoughts. There was no thought guy here. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and check those out. We'll come back to those part. So, Terrapin. Sup, I'm a Terrapin. I wish my Gramps could see me now. Bowser. Mario! It is on! Chandelier. 2 coins an hour isn't payment enough for this kind of work. Bowser actually pays you? Also, I like that there's an arrow pointing to which one is being referred to, since technically they are part of a package deal with this battle scene. Goomba Goomy da Goom, I'm tired. Paratroopa? Oh, I just so happen to have already thought peeked at the Goomba. Not a freebie. And Hammer Bro. Think you know what my hammer can do? Think again, pal. I'm pretty sure I know. It can do that, and it can do this. Maddie says, of course Bowser pays them. By all accounts, he's actually a surprisingly good king and boss. Yeah, I could go... I could spend the money to get the thoughts on the Koopa, but, I don't need to. In fact, Let's actually take advantage of the fast travel. We haven't done that in a while. Not that. Map. Vista Hill is part of the Mushroom Kingdom region? Huh. Did that respawn? Pretty sure I grabbed it my first time here. What a nice, peaceful day, heart. Well, might as well grab that while we're here and map our way back to... Well, I could go straight to Booster Tower, but I want to actually get into Booster Tower proper. And yeah, Booster Pass is basically on ground level. No fun animation as you approach the tower. Missed opportunity for someone to pop out of the top there. But before we go there, actually, let me get me more cookies for the upcoming dungeon. Ideally, I'd have more than 3. Oh, right. I don't suppose... Oh, apparently, once you say yes, you can't cancel and change your mind. I was hoping for better odds. If I could have, I would have just said, never mind. Oh well. Well, Yoshi won the one time, so maybe Yoshi can do it again. Get me an extra cookie. I don't know if the odds actually mean anything outside of a bigger reward if Yoshi wins. Which Yoshi didn't. So we'll just settle for the 3. Also, Yoshi is called Yoshi and is a Yoshi. Just thought I would point that out. In between streams, if I get the opportunity, I should definitely stack up on cookies. Though I have a feeling by the end of the stream, we'll be pretty deep into Booster Tower, so it'll be a bit of a trek. So it depends on if I feel like it. Hi, Bowser. Booster has such a nice place. I miss my fortress. I miss the good old days. I am so glad you still cry. Peach screaming in terror, Mario rushing in to save her. Oh jeez, it's Mario! Oops. Okay, calm down. Don't let him see you like this. Hey, how have you been? No, not like that, dummy. Wrong tone. It needs more confidence. You! What are you doing here? If Peach were at my castle waiting to be rescued, she'd be crying like a baby. Instead, she's crying like a baby here. Oh? Did I just hear some voices? It couldn't be. I can't believe it. It's Mario. Mario! I'm up here. That voice. It's Peach. I thought she got away, but she's been stuck here. Mwahaha. Well, I guess I'll be returning to my castle now. Out of my way, shorty. I am slightly disappointed that the sign no longer has Japanese written on it. Oop, one press too many. It's locked. Additional cutscene. What's the matter? The door's not opening or something? Well, that played out a little bit differently. Let me see. Original dialogue. First off, Gino and Mallow were not part of this scene at all. Instead, you would look at the door, find that it's locked, manually turn around, no cutscene involved with that, and then Bowser would come charging back and be like, "What? You're still here?" That look on your face. Gwahaha! I get it now. And I think he also said, "Out of my way," and he would knock you out of his way again. Wario Land says, so yeah, Bowser has some voice acting. Just his usual grunts, but while we're on the subject, have you ever noticed how Nintendo games don't have voice acting? I mean, in a way, that's kind of stating the obvious. It makes sense, but voice acting in video games isn't new. I mean, look at Star Fox 64 on the Nintendo 64. That was entirely voice acted. There was no dialogue whatsoever that was not voice acted. Of course, that was not an RPG, but then going a generation later, look at the PlayStation 2, which, for example, had Final Fantasy X, where every cutscene had voice acting. So, you have to wonder, why Nintendo games have no voice acting? Because certainly not an issue of memory if those PlayStation 2 DVDs could have voice acting. And even on the GameCube, with their limited, smaller discs, we had 2-disc games like Tales of Symphonia that were voice acted. Nintendo, start voice acting. I mean, maybe. They did have voice acting in Mario Sunshine, and well, we know how that one turned out, so anyway, Bowser's probably getting tired holding of this pose, so let's move on. Yeah, I'm a piece of work, ain't I? Different dialogue. Oh? Hold up. We got ourselves a way inside now, huh? Okay, back to original dialogue. All this power and looks too. I know, you're thinking, a big, strong guy like him would be great to have along, right? I'm gonna do something I may regret later. I'll let you join my troop, Koopa Troop. My minions. You can thank me later. Mario and his friends have joined Bowser's minions. Or so they're pretending. Bowser joins the group. Was that Bowser's new victory pose? I'll need to take another look at that. Alright, yes, I want an explanation of how this works. Now you are 4, but fighting is limited to 3. Access party now. I didn't access it. These 3 will fight while their pals rest. Simply choose the 2 you wish to switch. Mario must always fight, though. When you succeed at several action commands in a row, you'll get an ally buff. The buffs differ for each ally in the battle. Only the bonus for active party members will be in effect. Try it out with other party members to see what you get. I didn't realize that it was character specific. I just assumed that it was just random which ones we had. Now, hold on a sec. Let's get back in there. Huzzah! And we'll get to try out a new triple move. Alright. Dungeon time. First off, elevator music. Oh my goodness. Is that what that is? We got the Magic Tech armor from Final Fantasy VI. I could never tell what that was in the original game. Also, is this like a secretary's telephone board? Are you taking phone calls? That's awesome. Ooh, look at the reflections. Yes, Maddie, I would say this song got a glow up. It is now elevator music that I'd be willing to listen to for a bit. So let's see here. You are now called... Well, first off, you talk to me automatically when I bump into you. But you're now called a Sniffster. Meanwhile, in the original game, these guys were not called Sniffits, but, well, let me back up a bit. I'm skipping ahead in thoughts. This guy, now called a Sniffster, in the original game, he was called a Sniffit, while these guys were called Spookums. So it makes me wonder if now these guys are going to be called Sniffits. We'll get to that in a moment. Hello there. Booster's busy right now, so he can't play. Come back some other time. Or you can try to force your way in. I can do that even without talking to you. Oh! So, Thought Pink? And time to pay attention to weaknesses. You are weak to all of the status ailments. I'm not paid enough for this. Sure enough, party members can be swapped in and out in battle. That's going to be really helpful. Maybe. For now, though, we're going to start with Terrorize. And miss. Seriously? Also, no option to switch when Mario's turn is up, for obvious reason. Well, out of curiosity... Okay, you can only swap once per turn, but it doesn't use up a turn. That was the other thing I was wondering about. Let's try this again. Exclamation mark means that it took effect. Oh, and now there's a visual indicator that they're under the effect. The original game had no indicator. Oh, that's funny. Because of different turn orders, because of different speeds, Gino's turn is up next, even though Gino just tagged in for Mallow. That takes care of that. So that is Bowser's slightly obscured pose. So they definitely did not revert to the up yours pose that he had in the original game in Japan, but he also doesn't do the fist pump that he did in localized versions of the original. It's a brand new pose, but I do like it. By the way, regardless of whether a character takes part in battle or not, everybody gets experience. Which is good. On the subject of Final Fantasy X, I'm not really much a fan of that game, because in that game you can swap party members in and out of battle, but they don't gain experience if they're out of battle. So every battle is like an effort to try to get everyone into battle at least for one turn to make sure that everyone gains experience. Technically, you don't have to do that. The game is balanced so that characters can sometimes not gain experience, but it's such a hassle because you feel this need to just make sure everyone gains that experience. Okay, what are you all called? Indeed, you are now called Sniffets. Weak against all the stuff? Do you smell something? Hot shot? Right, that was Drain before. I forgot it got renamed. Triple move will, we'll check out the triple moves, in just a moment. I want to get the thought peek on the orb user. Has a low amount of HP, but a really high defense. Go away, Chain Chomps! I'm not playing fetch with you. Foreshadowing? I still like how that one runs away when it realized that I just kicked the butt of its friend. Runs away a little bit slower than original, but oh my gosh, look at these portraits. Yeah, right? Oh. Let's do a thing real quick. Daleks. I think it was called something else in the original game. I suppose I could look that up real quick, since I brought it up. Mario Wiki Daleks. Or Daleks. In the original game, they were called Remocons. I'm glad I looked that up, because Remocons. Remote control. So now Daleks. I like Remocon more. The pun is more clever. Although, it was one that I had to have explained to me, so maybe not. It's a cold, cruel world. Everyone has their strings to pull. That's deep. Let's have everyone pull their strings together. The Daleks burned up? That's a thing? But I love that the clown car was actually part of that animation. The clown car was barely there in the original game. Booster the first. Booster the second. Booster the third. I'm sensing a trend. Booster the fourth. Booster the fifth. Booster the 6th. I'm looking at the text written underneath each one of those. It's actually different on each one. It looks like the first character is different on each one. And then the rest are the same. So I'm guessing in Japanese that's probably saying like 5th booster or something like that. Or it could be made-up characters. Infinitely spawning enemies here. Yeah, sure enough, those things are, like, really weak to fire. Yeah, we haven't seen Bowser's regular attack yet. It was alright. Definitely the same claw-swiping animation, but it lacked the slash after effect. Like the... Oh, what is the word that I want to use? Like smears, after effects, after motion, swipe thing, whatever. It was more than just his claws. You could see strokes of lines from his tearing claws. That's basically what I want to say. Alright, let's get out of the way of these. Oh boy. It is time for... That's not quite what I was expecting the train to sound like. What's the big rush? That is also not what I expected the clickety-clack to sound like. I'm Booster, and this is my famous tower of amusement. Normally, I welcome visitors to play with me and my sniffsters. However, a girl fell out of the sky and into my lap recently. Since then, I've been busy keeping her happy and entertained. How successful are you? I no longer have the time to play, so please enjoy yourself. At your own risk, that is. I definitely appreciate someone who enjoys trains. Yes, Maddie, this is the gnarliest sax in gaming. Please refrain from bothering Booster. Gotta be ready for that attack. Here, Lucky Jewel. Got 200 HP. We're doing the ghost thing some more. And that's gonna help a bit. Bowser spells are underappreciated. Fear is useful. And the fact that you can swap in party members is going to be also useful, because if I want to cause a status effect and Bowser's not on my team, no problem, I can bring him in. In fact, that goes for the swapping option in general. If I want to use a certain spell, and the character's not on the team, swap him in. That is such a good addition. Okay, raw bombs. First things first, do the easy thing. How much damage do you take from a full attack? A lot. It never occurred to me just how many enemies were weak to basically all the stuff. My ultimate destiny is nothingness. Might as well go out with a bang. That is depressing, and I don't want to think about it. Here, y'all need to fear death proper. It didn't work. Okay, that's a nice touch. I totally expected the curtains to either be solid or I would just phase through them. Look at those physics! I was not expecting physics! Whee! That was a faster sequence than normal. New weapon! Makes monster mash. That is a wonderful song. So, the masher. When it comes to timed attacks, you can cause a little extra damage, a little more extra damage, depending on your timing. The masher, on the other hand, has a bigger range of potential damage, to the point that I think you can actually cause less damage if your timing is that bad. Let's do a little comparison. Here's it without any extra damage. Well, so much for doing the comparison. Hold that thought. I got rid of all of my, Actually, no, run away. I got rid of my status healing items. Oh, hey, special enemy. I actually noticed it. Anyway. 138. That was perfect attack. Also, huge difference between 11 and 138. You have plenty of health, don't you? Because you're a special enemy. And now you're not. Oh, hey, level up for Mario. Also, I don't think I'm actually going to put in... Bowser's doing a jig. I don't think I'm going to try to alter my timing for the hammer attack in order to show off the varying damage. Just know that when you get the perfect hit, it causes a ton of damage. Also, I am not 100% certain that you can cause less damage with timing. So... Ooh, more of these after coming back up. Seriously, what is it with the hitboxes that I just slide off the buttons like that? What was that loud noise outside? Check out Booster Pass. It is interesting how there's a shine from the spotlight around Mario. Or not a spotlight, but just some mysterious light source. Alright, here's a song that I don't expect to get remixed. In fact, it's the same rendition from the original game, where it's not the exact same song, but kind of an overemphasized 8-bit version. Still, fun Easter egg. Mario doesn't jump as weird whenever you are jumping at angles and stuff, as he did in the original Mario RPG. It was kind of weird, like if you were facing down and jumped, he suddenly turned to the right in order to jump. And if you were facing up, he would again face the other direction. There was no longer a pause whenever Mario reached the exit. And unfortunately, it's a one-time Easter egg like in the original. You think you put a sneak attack on me, but I knew you were coming. So, Orb User. High defense, but still easily taken out. Actually, let me try to do a not so great timing. No, that was still perfect. And level up. Let's see. Ooh, good boost to attack. Go with that. No, I wanna legit try this. .48 is the deep. Oh, you can't run from these things. And 90 was the timed, but not perfect timed. So no, failed timing, I did not cause less damage. I was not expecting a spitting noise. I was expecting a cannon noise, like in the original. Speaking of cannons, what's on the mind of a blaster? Oh, these are weak to lightning. Good to know. Blast first, ask questions later. How weak to lightning are we talking? Weak enough. I could fight you. If I talk to you, you'll say, "Wanna fight?" And then we fight. But I won't. Nice weather we're having. Respawning enemies, and again, now I could fight you if I wanted to. But I won't. Oh, that was poorly timed. Apparently it's pretty easy to get the timing on that attack. Oh, I should recover my MP. Double your experience. Sure. With how easy this is, it almost feels cheap to do the minigame for experience. Gonna level up a lot faster, but whatevs. Oh! Well, my mouth tastes like pig foot right now. Still gain a level. Maddie says, honestly, I like how much more Bowser's unarmed flows. Yeah, I did notice his first strike isn't a straight down slash, but instead a kind of a angular slash. And it makes sense. Alright, you could... You don't have great options. Only 2 points for attack is your best option? Heck that, we'll just give you some magic. And save point. Alright. What have we done here so far? I missed an enemy somewhere. Probably here, but maybe not. Yeah, I think it's an enemy that's here. I'm pretty sure it's an enemy that's here. Well, I know there's a jester here that I haven't encountered yet. What is another enemy that I've been missing? I don't know. Well, let's look at what we got so far, though. So, Spikester, 50 HP. Apparently, the Spikies living in Booster Pass turn green from the health drinks they subsist on, which are made from fresh grass. Apparently, Booster Pass is a very health-focused area. You know, aside from the fact that the plants want to kill you. Artichoker, 200 HP. It's a little-known fact that these came first, and that the vegetables were named for their resemblance to the deadly monster. Lakitu, 124 HP. You can't fight Lakitus in mid-air without jumping from a high place. But you knew that, of course, since you've battled one. Right? I don't know, can I get this information without battling one? Kiroboscis. I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for a particular quiz question later on in the game. Anyway, they know they should get more veggies in their diet, but they're picky eaters, so they mostly go for carrots. What? Sniff it. 98 HP. I thought they had more. No, wait, these are the regular Sniffits. As in the Spookums who are now Sniffits. They seem to have no interest in becoming Sniffsters and are content to remain Sniffits forever. It's the blue outfits. Gotta be the blue outfits. Orb User, 8 HP. They look like magic staves, but they have cutting-edge features, such as the ability to stretch or shrink themselves at will. What do you think it's like being a magic staff? Sniffster, 200 HP, that's what I thought. 2 experience points compared to 8. It is interesting that these give less experience than the weaker counterparts. Those who distinguish themselves are promoted to Sniffsters. Scuttlebutt is that whoever defeats the intruder in the tower will get the nod. Say that again? Scuttlebutt is that whoever defeats the intruder in the tower will get the nod. Scuttlebutt. Rumor. I learned a new word. I like that word. I'm going to add that to my regular vocabulary. Daleks, 88 HP, 8 experience. Some synergy going on with those numbers. They look like marionettes, But who then are the puppeteers, and where are they hiding themselves? I'm so curious that it keeps me up at night. Okay, we have a first-person entry here. Who is writing these entries? Perhaps Mallow? Raw-Bomb, 42 HP. Actually, weaker than the Bob-Bombs we fought earlier. They seem to be more powerful than the standard ones, contradicting what I just said. But their appearance and behavior hasn't changed much. Blaster, 120 HP. These may look like ordinary cannons, but the bullets they shoot have eyes, hands, and mouths that grin almost as if they were alive. I don't know, maybe it's just because Bowser's are on my team and he's a tank, but it always seemed like the raw bombs were... they had less attack than the bob bombs. I'll look at the scrapbook some other time. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and look at the scrapbook next time. If you've enjoyed today's stream, feel free to give me a follow. I stream every Monday. No, not Monday. I have to try to stop myself from habitually talking about my old schedule from a year ago. I do not stream Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays anymore. It is Tuesday and Saturdays. Anyway, we are going to do a raid here. Let's go ahead and raid Lazarus. Assuming that he's streaming right now. He may or may not be streaming right now. I don't know. But just in case he is, we'll do the raid. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.